Steve Forbes, Forbes Media chairman and editor-in-chief. Look, you just said something off camera that's really troubling. That not only does China, and Grady reported that, make most of the batteries, there's a reason for that.
Well, China controls the resources, not only in China itself, but also in Africa. They've been making deals there in terms of controlling mineral resources with governments for years.
Belt and Road.
And try to get a mine in this country. This whole thing for going electric requires massive amounts of mining to make that kind of change. And so it's just physically not doable. And so the administration the other day put in rules that make a lithium mine proposal moot in this country. So they want to go electric, but they don't supply the needs to do it. And there's also a very real question as to whether going EVs is really going to help the environment when you see what it's going to do to mining and ripping up the earth.
Mining, ripping up the earth, and grid problems in epic proportions that we're already
in California.
Yes, we're already having them.
You know, they wreck the grid by forcing these so-called renewables that don't really work very well, and then they say don't use it because we might have blackouts. Hello, leave the grid alone. And people don't want it. You know, back 100 years ago, we had a boom in filling stations in this country as the car came along, done by private enterprise, over 100,000 in the 1920s. Now they say government has to force you to put in these EV charging stations.
And people
don't want them.
I was just going to say it. 6% of all new cars are EV. That is a huge sign that people don't want this. You know, I know you remember back in the 70s when they said to protect the ozone layer, you can't use spray deodorant, and the whole country was getting behind this. This is not that. This is not the country saying the government saying we've done all the research, this is what it's going to take. That's not what this is.
No, not at all. And the fact that they have to keep forcing people to do it shows that, again, people don't want it because they don't like the short distances. They don't like having to charge an hour, hour and a half. A lot of people don't have garages to charge these things. And in terms of going on these renewables, a typical wind farm, a couple of typical wind farms, talk about recycling, have more unrecyclable plastics than all the straws in the world, plastic straws in the world. And so it's just, when you look at the actual physics, and that's what I hope the Republicans do, lay out in detail where are these minerals coming from, what's it going to take to do, what do you do with these 1,000-pound batteries when they have to be recycled?
What do you do?
Good question. They don't know. So answer those questions before you go down this path.
You get into an accident and the battery burns, you got to buy a new one.
Oh, and you hope you get out alive, because putting out a battery fire is no easy matter.
Wow. You know, you mentioned something, though, with this lithium that people really need to pay attention to. How can you say that you're green if you've got to cut up the earth to make the batteries? That's counterintuitive.
And a lot of in Africa, they use child labor to get some of this these minerals, digging by hands. Where's the outrage in those human rights violations?
There you go. The new inflation report out today shows prices are still very high. Overall, though, inflation slowed slightly. The inflation rate at 5% year over year, far above the Federal Reserve's 2% target. So they are going to hike those rates like never before, potentially. Food prices alarmingly high for everyday Americans. Groceries up 8% from last year. Everyday foods like eggs, bread, cereal, much pricier. And many are blaming President Biden.
When it comes to the economy, one of the reasons that 70% of Americans don't feel good about this economy is, Sean, they're losing money. Every single month for the last 22 months that Joe Biden has been in office, middle-class families in America have been squeezed and are losing money. They're getting poorer.
So, Steve, you know, raising the interest rates apparently not really having an effect on what we do at the grocery store and everywhere else, because other services are very high right now, too. What gets at that?
Well, the Federal Reserve, unfortunately, thinks the way you fight inflation is by depressing the economy. And eventually that will work, because if you don't have money to buy things, guess what? Prices will come down.
Yeah, depression, indeed.
And so the way you fight inflation is stabilize the value of the dollar. The Fed did it in the 1990s, so this isn't something new. But they're deliberately depressing the economy. That means they're going to raise interest rates, and that means we have tough times ahead. And I'm surprised the market's held up as well as it has, given the storm clouds that are coming from a central bank that doesn't know what it's doing, a government that is putting on these crazy regulations. You know, they're now going after air conditioners. You know, the real reason why they're going after air conditioners, because that's what makes Texas what it is. Without the air conditioner, Texas people couldn't live there.
Wow. Well, or Arizona.
Or
Or New
Florida.
Mexico. I mean,
Parts of
Arizona in the
Florida.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Stable value of the dollar. Can you call them?
I've tried, and I sent them my book, Inflation, free of
Excellent.
charge. And but no central banker discusses a stable value for a currency.
Yeah.
It's like having a clock that doesn't have a number of minutes each day. It's
Well,
nuts.
the central banker has something that we don't have: stable money. Personally, right?
Oh, they do just fine. Even though the Federal Reserve now is losing money because they have all of these low-interest bonds, and they're paying banks 4.5% to park their reserves there. So a central bank that can print money is now losing money. Boy, that is a historic first.
Yes, that is a historic first.
Shows how crazy these people are.
Steve Forbes, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Great to have you in focus.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.